Tabitha Schweinbeck, your instructional technology coach, and today's Tuesday Tech Tip is a refresher on Classwize. If you are new to the district, Classwize is our Chromebook monitoring resource. So for example, whenever your students are on the Chromebook, you can see exactly where every student is in real time. So Classwize allows you to monitor where they're going on the internet, but also it allows you to set class rules, it allows you to send out announcements, it allows you to send out individual chats, and it also allows you to pause the internet for the entire class or for certain students. All right, so let's show you how to access this resource and get all the capabilities that it has to offer so you can start using it in your class. As you can see, I am on ClassLink. If you don't remember, ClassLink is up here in the GSCS links folder, and it is the first tab, ClassLink. All right, I am on ClassLink. I'm going to click on Classwize. Once I click that, I'm going to select Sign in with Google. Once you log in, you will be able to see all your rosters from Infinite Campus. It is already rostered for you, ready to go. You don't have to enroll your students or share a code. They are there. So as you can see, I have 3 classes. Mine is going to look different than yours, so each card is going to mimic a class roster. For this demonstration, I'm going to go into demo class. Before I go into a class, I just wanted to show you some things that you can do. This is your account settings. You can also, if you want to do some research on Classwize and everything it has to offer, you can go here. You can also connect with support, but I do recommend putting in an incident IQ first before going to that. Also, you can add a class, but I wouldn't recommend doing that just because, it is rostered already. But one thing you can do is you can just send a chat from this navigation bar to a certain class if you need to send out a quick chat to your classroom. All right, so I'm going to click on my class. You can also have individual settings for each class. It tells you the students that are in your class, the teachers, also the scheduling. You can even add a schedule. I do recommend doing this if you see the same group of students every day. You can just click what time, what day of the week, and also an invitation code. You will not need that because your rosters are already there. So let's go into our demo class. You can see I have 2 students enrolled in this class. Individually, you can chat with the students, which means they are going to be able to respond back to you. And then you can also just send an announcement where they will not be able to respond. And I liked using this just, to give some positive feedback or for redirection if I had a student that wasn't using their time wisely or off task. Also, you can open a tab for the student. So for example, individually you want to send that student a research URL. You found a cool website that they could use for their project-based learning or for their informational writing. You can send that to them individually. And also you can pause a student individually. So if they need redirection or if you're just in, they need some reteaching on a skill, you can see they're struggling. You can pause their internet for a second, talk to them, do whatever it is, some reteaching if needed, and then you can just allow them to get back on the internet. So once you hit pause, you can see you want to apply to all students, and then you select the student you want to pause and click pause, and then the pause turns red. I do recommend make sure before they leave your classroom that you unpause it and pause so they can access the internet once they leave your class. All right, so over here on the right side, you see you have class tools, and if you hit that, these are all the tools you can send to the whole class. And also you have where you can create rules for individual students or for a whole class. So let's go into the class tools. If you want each student, you want to send a site, and I use this a lot, especially with project-based learning. If I want to send a site to them really quickly and I haven't added it to our LMS yet, I could send it that way. And sometimes our LMS was down, so we had to use our monitoring system to send out sites. Also, if you want to send a quick announcement to your whole class, you can. But this feature, Focus, as I'm in the buildings, students are taking Mastery Connect. Teachers are saying that students are getting on YouTube or IXL or Prodigy or something they're not supposed to be getting on. This is great. So you hit the focus internet access. Students can only interact with the site selected below. So let's say they're taking Mastery Connect. You can type that in, select Mastery Connect, and just say Start Focus. So what this is going to do is lock down everyone's computer, and every student is going to only be able to access Mastery Connect. So they will not be able to access any new tabs or go to YouTube. If they do, it's just going to be blocked in a blank page. So this is great to focus our students so we do get their best efforts, especially with assessments. But remember, once everyone's done testing and the testing is ended, make sure you go back and hit End Focus. That way they can access the internet and get started on whatever skill or assignment you have for them. I do also like you can pause the internet for the entire class. I did use this a lot in the classroom just because when we were doing our project-based learning or students were researching or working on a writing and I could tell that I need to reteach really quickly, do some whole group instruction, or maybe even just pull a small group, I would pause the internet so I could have their undivided attention and then reteach and then allow them to get started back on their project. I don't recommend doing modified students because yours are rostered through ClassLink, so your students should all be there. But I do like the class rules. So if you have that one student that is on a BIP behavior plan and they just keep going to YouTube or they're not following directions, this does allow you to create a rule for them to where maybe YouTube is blocked for them during your class period. You can do it for the whole class or you can do it for just individual students. So it does give you that flexibility to allow you to have some positive behavior redirections if needed. All right, guys, I hope this has helped, and please reach out with any questions.